What's going on, guys? We are back again. We are going to be finally reviewing Spider-Man 2. This movie gets a lot of, I would say, up and down love and hate because of the story. And I've had to go back and look at videos. I've had to go back and look at reviews. I've had to even watch the movie again myself. And pretty much what I get out of this film is not only Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire is returning as Spider-Man. And again, this at the time was probably not my favorite. I remember watching it when out in theaters again. I've seen all of them in theaters. Let me just say that. I've seen every last one of these movies in theaters. And I remember watching this when I was a kid. And again, toys, normal what I did. And this film was amazing because you have Spider-Man going through a transition in his life, trying to live on his own still. His, his best friend, Harry, blames Spider-Man for his father's death, who was the Green Goblin. We meet Dr. Octavius, played by, Alfred Molina, which a lot of people have given so much credit for, and I think, back then I didn't really think it was that much, but then when I look back on it, that was great casting as well. We got Kristen Dunst that returns as Mary Jane Watson, James Franco as Harry Osborn, obviously Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man, Peter Parker. And Peter goes through a lot, man. I mean, a lot of people kind of went, dug deep in this movie of like, okay, why was, a certain point in time, why was he losing his powers? And it kind of he went through a lot of PTSD. He went through a lot of issues in his life in the last two films. He saw his uncle die. He blamed himself for it. He watched his other so-called father figure, that was his best friend's dad, die in front of him. That was partially his fault. The girl that he's in love with, he has to keep a secret from her. He has to try to keep her safe. And his best friend was in love with her too. And again, he can't keep a job. He's having to, fight crime every day and having to deal with, taking care of bills, normal life stuff and superhero stuff. So that's what really drove Peter over the edge, no pun intended. And it really did. And I think that's the reason why I think that he lost his powers for a while in this movie. This really goes into him finally showing Mary Jane of, hey, I'm Spider-Man, and also Harry learning he's Spider-Man, and also, Dr. Octavius, how he goes through this transition, wanting to change the world, and then becoming a monster, and then dying, trying to become not really a hero, but he's willing to sacrifice himself in the love of saving humanity and science, rather than putting himself, to die as a monster and also, destroy the world at the same time. And that really does show. And there was some great action scenes. I think one of the greatest action scenes, which a lot of us can probably agree on, is probably the subway scene, the train scene. I love that scene so much, not only because it really showed what Peter was really willing to do, was to kill himself and sacrifice himself to save those people on that train, but at the same time show that he, at the age he is, he's a hero. He's willing to risk everything to save these people. And one of the best scenes, I think, is when they realize, okay, that he's just a kid, and they're willing to keep his secret of what he looks like. And when they're protecting him from Doc Ock was amazing. And then trying to put their hands on the suit and carry him from, cart to cart, which was absolutely amazing. And, some of the most memorable scenes, it's Pizza Time, or, Welcome Back Spider-Man, or, this and that. And then also, a lot of the quotes in this film really does stick with you if you grew up watching these films. Especially what Aunt May says about heroes. And then also Peter realizing that you always don't get what you want. You know what I mean? And then a lot of other things that I think, was amazing in this film to show, hey, you know, Doc Ock was one of the most crazy villains that Spider-Man ever faced, alongside Green Goblin. And I think that this film really, in its prime, was amazing. I remember watching this. I think it was like one of the first when DVDs became a thing. And I remember I grabbed it on DVD, and it didn't work, unfortunately. And went back, got another one, was able to watch it again. And I watched this film so much, I'm surprised, again, I didn't, run out of, the DVD didn't get messed up, or the VHS didn't get messed up, or whatever have you. And that again, that's how old I am, guys. That's when DVDs first started coming out. And I remember playing the game, the second game on PS2, and then all this other kind of stuff. So again, I think a lot of people give this movie crap because they think, oh, it's this or that. But overall, I would say it's in the middle. It has good, it has bad to it. I'm not going to destroy it. I'm not going to praise it. I got a lot of memories behind this. I think a lot of people need to go back and rewatch it. I think I need to go back and rewatch it again more recently, so that way I can say, hey, it was this or it was that, But overall, guys, that is what I got to say about Spider-Man 2. Was it a good film for you? Was it a bad film? Was it something you hold dear and close to your heart? Is it your favorite out of all the films of the Tobey Maguire trilogy, or out of all the Spider-Man movies that's ever been made? Again, let me know. It's perfectly fine if you don't agree with my opinion, or if you do agree with me. That, again, is perfectly fine. But overall, what are your thoughts about this? I personally like to know down in the comments. Hope you guys are enjoying your day. Hope you guys are enjoying your week. Leave a big fat like on the video. It helps me out. It helps the video out. Helps get this video out there. And helps get some more traction. As well as also that way we can have great conversations about this movie and Spider-Man in general. And I'll be seeing you guys on the next one.